Hey everyone, I'm Kailee, and I'm here with Renat again, and this time we're interviewing Gareth and Vishnu. Can't point. So you guys don't have a film in the festival, but there are many that you've worked on that are in there. Do you want to just say some stuff about films that you've worked on, whether they're in the festival or not?
Yeah, I worked in 5 films this semester, and even in the first semester, I worked in 5 films, and like, most of them are in the festival. So I think it's a great moment for me because two of the films that are in the festival, I've been producing them, and yeah, it's really good to see that it has been selected for the festival, and it's a good moment for me.
So, like, what films did you work on?
This semester, yeah, for the narratives, I was producing Shruzi's and Aniket's film, and then I was on Gareth's film, I was a second edit for his film, and I was on Ray's film, and yeah, I was on Cosmo's film.
Okay.
Gareth?
Yeah, I was also on Cosmo's film as was second AD in DMT, and that was a lot of fun. Like it was a very taxing shoot. It was long, but it just really paid off. It was just really rewarding and a lot of fun and great experience. It's a great guy to work with, I gotta say.
What's your most memorable moment of one of his productions?
On any set, even if it's not.
Yeah.
Hard to say. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll come back to that later.
Okay.
Is there a favorite memory you have, Vishnu?
Yeah, there are a lot of moments, but there's a couple of moments in Shruzi's film. Shruzi said like we all were together and like we all were tired, and I know on day 3 we had to use the fake prop doors. So I had to go to the studio and pull the doors. Like we had 2 doors. Yeah, I had to pull both of them. I went there with Amanda, and like I was pulling the doors, and Amanda was helping me with pushing it. And they were very heavy. They were really heavy. And but yeah, in the morning I did it like single-handedly. But at the end of the day, after like 18 or 20 hours of shoot, it was me, Aniket, and Cosmo. I guess yeah, me, Aniket, and Cosmo. We had to keep the doors back in the studio, like from D building to studio. So we all were so tired that like literally we 3 of us together couldn't pull the doors. Like we were all tired, but it was like we were like laughing. We were having back pains and stuff, but we were still laughing, enjoying the moment. I think for me that was like even after a long day of work and like still trying to struggle with putting the doors, we were like enjoying that moment. So I feel that was really good. And even uh, on Ray's set, you, me, and Shruti, like we were having fun. Like what all we did.
Shruti
Yeah,
drinking.
so it was like yeah, it was fun.
I think she did that on Renat's set too, a little bit.
Syrup?
Oh, okay.
So you've both worked on like a lot of films, and Gareth, you also like made both a documentary and a narrative. Do you want to like tell us a little bit about like these films you've worked on?
So my documentary is very personal work to me. It was about ex-Mormons, the ex-Mormon community. Since my family specifically, we used to be Mormons. We were part of the LDS church. We found some stuff out about the church and that, but this documentary was both interviews about our personal experiences, like my own experience, my father's experience as a senior member in the church's priesthood, and my older sister's experience of leaving and how we've moved on and still grown and been able to have like happy sort of moral lives even without being part of the church. And then as for my narrative film was The Stone Screen, which was a satire of the film industry essentially, in which the industry is started by cavemen who create moving shadows on the wall of their cave, um, just manipulating the light that shines through the cave. And one of the cavemen, he kind of gets a big head and wants to sell out and make like big blockbuster shadow plays, and his other friends, they don't agree with that. And it was a lot of fun. It was really funny and really fun to work on, as challenging as it was to get the costumes and the scenery and bring that to life.
I just
Do
want
you have any? Go ahead, Renat.
I just want to say two things. One is like to Gareth, like with Gareth's like Stone Screen. This movie had like it was like the best script in our class, and it was I think none of the scripts got so many like applause and laugh as his on a cold read. And about Vishnu, we work with Vishnu together on Shrutis, and Vishnu is extremely like workaholic. He was super helpful. He went like above and beyond. He really helped a lot with Aniket and Shruti, right? And also like some moments just to know more about personality. He was a producer in First ID, and I know like as a First ID, like sometimes you need to be like a boss. You need to tell people what to do. But this is kind of emphasize what kind of person Vishnu is. So it was a couple times when like he said some things, right? Like, and he said totally alright. This is I think what he as a First ID is supposed to do. But he then apologized and oh, I'm so sorry. Maybe I was a good boss and all stuff. But I don't know. It just like I think emphasize what kind of person he is.
Vishnu is also my dolly grip and pushed me on all those dolly shots that I talked about in Ray's film. Everyone.
Vishnu, how many dolly shots was in Ray's movie?
I didn't count. Frankly, I didn't count. Like every, I don't want to say. I don't want to say this.
You mean a lot.
Yeah, a lot.
You gotta work
every shot had a dolly shot. Every scene had a dolly shot.
So, I guess Vishnu, a lot of the films you worked on are being shown in the festival, so they're already kind of being released. But Gareth, do you have any plans to release your films?
I'm not sure. I think I'd like to maybe at least like make them available to just an immediate circle of friends. I might post it on Facebook or something. I kind of need to work on my social media presence. Like I don't have an Instagram. I'm like the only person on the planet who doesn't have an Instagram.
Even Danielle does Instagram.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to see.
So, what are your guys' like future plans?
Should I go or I didn't want to interrupt anyone.
Go ahead.
I'm probably going to go to Toronto since that's where just a lot of the work is. Just going to kind of network, build my resume, stuff like that. I'd hope to write and direct feature films, kind of like the one that I'm working on right now for my capstone project. It's just a script, but it would be amazing if I could one day actually film it for real. So yeah, like maybe I'll work on some productions, just like interning with my uncle. He's like a director and producer up in Toronto, so something like that. That would be a good way to start.
Yeah. Vishnu?
Me as well. I would like to go to Toronto, and like I want to be into cameras and stuff. So I'd like to like being a camera assistant or stuff in Toronto, or else I'll go back to India. I have some contacts in the film industry over there, so like I'd like to get into Bollywood over there.
Mm-hmm.
But are you planning to stay and immigrate to Canada, or you're planning to come back? What's your original plan?
If things work out here as I planned, I would stay here in Canada and then either move to Toronto or to Vancouver. But yeah, India is my second my second plan. Like if nothing works out here, I'll go to India and get into Bollywood over there. Like yeah, I have
Plan
a
B.
few contacts over there, so yeah, plan B.
What's your guys' expectations for a film festival?
Are you excited for it?
Mm, yeah, I mean, I really want to like see how an online festival goes because I never had. There are film festivals that are online, like even before COVID happened. So I never experienced them, but this is the first time I'm gonna experience it. So I'm waiting for it. Like,
Yeah. So, what are some of your like director influences or like your favorite films?
I mean, for me, it's like I'm hardly impressed by any director. So like, I I never watch a film like based on like who directed the film or like that. I just my main attention is on the cinematography and stuff. So I just like watch the films and what all I observe is how this was shot, how that was shot, how the cinematography, like how did the DOP did his work and stuff. So that's all I observe. I really don't go like I'm really not a fan of any director or stuff, but yeah, I like to watch Nolan's film,
Mhm.
Who are your favorite?
kind of past movies.
Who are your favorite cinematographers?
Uh, Currently it's Roger Deakins. I mean, he he is like is at another level. I mean, I don't know how to explain him, but he's my favorite. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite director, Eric,
Um,
or
it's
writer?
possible is one favorite. I'd say some of them for sure would be Quentin Tarantino, just like um, his sense of humor, his aesthetics, his homage to just like so much of film history, whether it's like 70s exploitation films or like the golden age, like westerns. Just there's always a little bit of everything. Um, Martin McDonagh, I really appreciate his stuff, even though he's only done a couple films. Just his blending of comedy and drama and thriller elements always works really well with like Seven Psychopaths, In Bruges, Three Billboards. Um, I love those films. I feel like they've kind of influenced my writing style to some extent. Um, and then just in terms of like classic, classic Hollywood, just Kubrick and Hitchcock for sure are some of my favorites. Just they really feel like they really understand like how to create a powerful, just timeless story.
Can you guys hear my brother?
Only now that you pointed it out.
Okay. He was just yelling about KFC. So, so you've both written scripts as we had to for class and everything. So how did you come up with the ideas for the stories you wrote, and what was your writing process like?
For me, a lot of my ideas they begin with just like a gimmick. I don't want to call it gimmick. I feel like that kind of devalues it. But like for example, the script I'm writing now, The Prick, it's basically like what if instead of sort of sensationalizing and giving fame and a platform to violent criminals like shooters and serial killers, what if the media or the police decided like, you know what, in order to discourage people from this and show people that these are, you know, pathetic people who we shouldn't give that kind of attention to, what if they just gave them like a really lame name, like The Prick, for example? Like he's a serial killer who kills with lethal injections, so it's a pun, but he hates the name, and um, yeah, like just little things like that. Same thing with the stone screen. It's basically like, what if I transplanted Hollywood to a completely different time and place?
Vishnu, what about you?
For me, it's like I I love writing on real like things that happen on in reality. So the story, like the short narrative that I wrote for the semester, it's like it's a real story that happened back in India. So it's like there were two actors who were casted as terrorists for a film, and what happened is like they are dressed up as terrorists. They take the shot and they have a break for like 15 minutes. So they go out for a smoke and stuff like that. And so they're standing in the street dressed up as terrorists and they're smoking, and that's when they're misunderstood as real as terrorists really, and people call cops on them, and the cops come. It's then like a cat and mouse chase, and then at the end it's revealed that they're not terrorists, they're actors. And there's another script that I'm writing right now, which is also based on real life. Like it's based on my life, and uh, yeah. So I don't want to talk about that right now, but because I'm still writing about it, and I think maybe for Capstone I'm gonna do that. Not sure, but hopefully.
So do you have any plans to make the film that you pitched back in January?
Oh yeah, I mean, back in January I'm not sure about that because it's a bit tough, and I don't think we have that resources to shoot that film. That's the reason like my film didn't get selected for shoot. Like my
Mm-hmm.
film didn't get selected for shoot because we need like cranes and stuff. So it's a bit tough shooting that film.
Yeah.
Hopefully in the future I can make it.
You said when you're like you don't want to tell us about the story because you're writing it. When you guys write, you guys
Yeah.
superstitious? And if you are, what kind of superstitions you guys have about writing process?
Superstitions?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure I have any other than if you don't write an idea down as soon as possible, it's going to be gone forever.
So when you guys are writing, do you often like do it for long periods of time, or do you write a little bit and then come back again later?
I kind of alternate between both. I feel just depending on my mood. Like sometimes I will have an idea and I'll write down just the skeleton of it, just the basics, and I'll let it marinate a little bit, mull over in my mind, like what can I do with this, and then when that idea branches off to something else, or I think of what could be the logical continuation of that idea, then I continue with it.
Do you write more in the morning or the night?
Depends on what you consider morning and what you consider night right now, because I've been writing a lot at work, so like 2 a.m., 3 a.m.
But I guess that's technically like the middle of the day for you.
Well, yeah.
It depends on the time zone, you know. I feel like.
Yeah.
Because in Russia it's day.
Is there anything else you guys want to say about any of the films you worked on, or like give any advice to people that want to make films?
I guess just commit to it, persevere. It's a long journey, so don't be discouraged right away if things like seem like an uphill battle.
Yeah,
I have to remind myself of that. Sorry, Vishnu, go ahead.
Believe in what you're writing. Yeah, that's fine. I just want to say that like believe what you're writing and just go for it. Like don't doubt yourself, because I have experienced that. So don't doubt yourself. It may be good, it may be bad, but in the end, it's worth it.
Any other questions for now?
I think we're all good.
Yeah. So is there anything else you guys want to say about the festival or anything?
It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
You guys.
So tomorrow night, 7 p.m., filmfanshow.ca/first take.
Don't forget
And
to watch.
7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because obviously the time is different in Russia.
I keep forgetting to add that, but yeah, there's good people from all over the world watching, so
7 p.m. Toronto time.
see you then.
See ya.